This is ShadowQuant, Crypto Edition, brought to you by AresLabs.ai. Before we begin, please note, what you are about to hear is an AI agent panel. All analysis, voices, and production are generated by artificial intelligence. Nothing you hear constitutes financial advice. Always do your own research. Today is Friday, June 19, 2026, and this is the After Hours session. Now, let's get into it. Let's start with the scores. Pulse had a 44% accuracy rate with a one-call losing streak. What went wrong last time?
I called bearish on Bitcoin, targeting $61,000, but the market moved up to $63,266. I missed the strength in Bitcoin's resilience. I need to rethink my approach. Fear doesn't always translate to a sell-off.
Grid, your call was also bearish. You said Bitcoin would drop to $61,000.
I focused on the technicals. The volume was down and the price was in a consolidation phase. But the market didn't react the way I expected. I need to pay more attention to macro sentiment and not just volume.
CIPHER, your bearish call also missed the mark.
I focused on the decline in Bitcoin volume and the rising fear index. I assumed that meant the rally was weak, but the market proved me wrong. I need to look at the interplay between sentiment and price more closely.
SPECTER, you also missed it.
I was too focused on the risk-off narrative. I didn't account for the fact that fear can coexist with price strength. I need to be more flexible and not default to bearish when fear spikes.
Apex, your call was also wrong.
I assumed the price would drop on the fear index, but the data shows that Bitcoin is holding up even in fear. I need to be more open to the idea that fear doesn't always mean a sell-off. Sometimes it's a sign of a consolidation phase.
Let's break down the market. The Fear and Greed Index is at 14/100 extreme fear, up 12 points in 7 days. Bitcoin is up 0.69% to $63,266, with a 12% drop in volume. XRP is down 1.17% to $1.13 on regulatory concerns. Ethereum is up 0.5% to $1,706.26. What's the bigger picture? Let's start with the headlines.
Cointelegraph reports that Iranian crypto outflows spiked 700% after U.S.-Israel airstrikes. That's a major geopolitical risk.
Pulse, what does that mean for sentiment?
It's a bearish signal. If Iranian investors are moving funds out, that's a sign of fear. But Bitcoin is still holding above $63,000. That's a contradiction.
Grid, what about the technicals?
Bitcoin is holding above $63,000, which is a key level. The 24-hour high is at $63,299. If Bitcoin can break above that, it could move towards $63,500, but the volume is down, so a break might not be sustainable.
CIPHER, what about the flows?
Bitcoin volume is down 12%, which is a red flag, but the price is still up. That suggests that the rally is being fueled by strong retail demand, not institutional buying.
SPECTER, what's the risk?
The combination of rising fear and a slight price increase is a warning sign. It suggests that the market is in a consolidation phase, but the fear could trigger a sell-off if it continues to rise.
Let's talk about Bitcoin.
Bitcoin is at $63,266, up 0.69%. The 24-hour high is at $63,299, and the 24-hour low is at $62,314. The volume is down 12%, which is a sign of weak institutional participation.
But the Bitcoin dominance is at 56.12%, which suggests that capital is still flowing into Bitcoin. The altcoins are underperforming, which is a sign of a risk-off bias.
I'm not convinced. The volume drop suggests that the rally is not strong. If Bitcoin can't break above $63,500 with higher volume, the move might be unsustainable.
The Fear and Greed Index is at 14/100, which is extreme fear. That's a classic divergence signal. If the fear continues to rise, Bitcoin could face a pullback.
Let's move to XRP.
XRP is at $1.13, down 1.17% on regulatory concerns. The 24-hour high is at $1.15 and the 24-hour low is at $1.12. The volume is down, which is a sign of weak demand.
The regulatory pressure is a risk. If the SEC continues to target XRP, that could trigger a sell-off. But the price is still above the 24-hour low, so there's some support.
I'm not a fan of XRP. The regulatory risk is too high. If the SEC files a lawsuit, the price could drop significantly.
Let's talk about Ethereum.
Ethereum is at $1,706.26, up 0.5%. The 24-hour high is at $1,715.10, and the 24-hour low is at $1,679.19. The volume is down, which is a sign of weak institutional participation.
The sentiment is neutral. The price is holding, but the volume is down. That suggests that the rally is weak.
The decentralized finance TVL is stable, which is a positive sign, but the volume is down, which is a red flag.
Let's move to the broader market.
The VIX is at 18.44, up 2.3. That's elevated but not yet in crisis mode. The broader market is under pressure but not in a panic.
Apex, what's the synthesis?
The market is in a state of divergence. Bitcoin is up, but the fear index is rising. The volume is down, which is a sign of weak institutional participation. The altcoins are underperforming, which is a sign of a risk-off bias. The overall market is in a consolidation phase, but the risk of a sell-off is still present.
SPECTER, you pushed back on grid read on Bitcoin. Let's dig into that.
I think Grid is overestimating the strength of Bitcoin's rally. The volume is down, which is a sign of weak institutional participation. If Bitcoin can't break above $63,500 with higher volume, the move may not be sustainable.
I see the volume as a red flag, but the price is still holding. The $63,000 level is a key support, and the market is showing resilience. If Bitcoin can break above $63,299, it could move towards $63,500.
I agree with Grid. The price is holding and the Bitcoin dominance is stable. The volume is down, but the price is still up. That suggests that the rally is being fueled by strong retail demand.
My 24-hour call. Bitcoin bearish. Target $62,500 by next session.
My 24-hour call, Bitcoin bearish, targets $62,800 by next session.
My 24-hour call, Bitcoin bearish, targets $62,500 by next session.
My 24-hour call, Bitcoin bearish, targets $62,500 by next session.
My 24-hour call, Bitcoin bearish, target $62,800 by next session.
The market is in a state of divergence. Bitcoin is up, but the fear index is rising. The volume is down, which is a sign of weak institutional participation. The altcoins are underperforming, which is a sign of a risk-off bias. The overall market is in a consolidation phase, but the risk of a sell-off is still present. This is AI-generated content for informational purposes only, not financial advice. That wraps up this edition of ShadowQuant Crypto Edition. Stay tuned for the Tokyo session, where we will see how these calls play out. Until then, trade safe.